Hello, everyone. So I was asked to do this by Finley Collins o8r. They asked me to draw um, Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. So here he is. I am just blocking out all of the colours, just making it very simplistic, and then I will sort of like work into it and sort of refine it a little bit. So I'm treating it a lot more like a traditional painting. I think I live to regret that a little bit. I should have blocked out the character in grey first and then done it that way, but I do it this way. so for some reason I decided to do it a bit weird, but anyway. So yeah, here I am, just kind of like just tidying up the edges. I haven't done a sort of significant background yet. Eventually I do that, so stick around and try and see what I do there. But yeah, my main point was I needed to reveal his eye, which is when he sort of gets animated and starts using his powers, and I wanted to emphasize his magical capabilities. So yeah, there was a bit of thought that kind of had to go in with the display of how he's going to look. So I did have a look on Pinterest to sort of see a lot of the traditional art to do with him, and to see the animated series to do with him as well. And so this is what I kind of came up with. So these beams that are bleeding out, I made a layer beneath the swirls. Here's the background. So yeah, I kind of went with a bit of a sort of fiery background, and I think it works really well. It's just very subtle, doesn't need to be complicated. But yeah, it's yeah. Eventually, I do change the color of it and sort of change it a bit more to red, because he's a bit of a mixed bag, as far as I've heard with this character. You know, is he good? Is he bad? Does he become bad? You know, that kind of thing. I don't really know. I need to watch the program. But it was suggested to me, and I looked him up, and I thought, yeah, this guy's fun. All right, then I'll do this. So yeah, feel free to give me some suggestions. I have recently been doing quite a lot of anime and manga style shorts, so check those out. But yeah, I recently did a poll actually, and Vampire Hunter D got 98% and beat Jinx from Arcane. So that video will come up at some point when I Photoshop it. So yeah, at this point I'm playing around with the brightness, just going onto different layers, doing screen, doing my usual of having like a blue background, and then converting it to multiply and painting it back, so making a mask and then painting it back in white to give myself shadows, which is very effective and very quick at changing the appearance and making it more 3D very, very fast. And I do the same with screen. So make a screen version, using a lighter color, create a mask, invert the mask, and then paint that back with usually like a soft brush. You get that kind of glow, but it just depends. You can use it for anything, but I tend to use it to kind of get my highlights in and my shadows in. That's the point of that. And then I might create like using Alt Control Shift E. I might make like a proper flat image and then start playing around with that. I've also made the line work a little bit more prominent, and yeah, working on his eye, that was good. sort of made it look a little bit less sort of pokey and giving it a nice glow using color dodge. And then you have to sort of think about, you know, where's the lighting going to come from that glow, and like sort of putting that into the folds of the blindfold. And then obviously, you know, I'm thinking about the lighting, you know, it's like this magic is creating its own light. So that has to go onto things as well. But obviously I don't want it to overwhelm the image. Here I am just trying to find out what kind of background colour I think it looks best at, and this was the one I came up with. I think it really contrasts well with all the colours that I've used. And then it's a case of using the blender brush and smoothing out some of those lines, softening them to make it look a little bit more artistic, a little bit better. But I liked it looking sketchy as well. And using the wet blender, usually at like 60%, you can kind of get nice hair trails, you know, little sort of like spurs of hair that sort of flick off and look nice. But yeah, it makes a huge difference when you soften the pencil work, sort of using it to sort of blend into itself and just take some of those harsh edges out. As you can see, I've condensed it down into like a single main picture now. So now I'm working on it sort of quite officially now as a single piece, a single art piece, like I would normally on like a sort of traditional artwork. Like if you were doing it on a canvas, you'd just be working on one picture and you wouldn't have layers. So now that I've got everything sorted, this is fun. Doing the glows, doing the highlights on the magic, you know. Making it look spectacular. And this always looks amazing. You know, taking a sample of the colour and then using colour dodge on another layer just creates just a lovely glow, especially with the soft brush that I used. And then obviously because it's on that layer, you can sort of play with the opacity as well, so you don't have to have it crazy bright. You can tone it down a little bit. Actually, I'm using linear dodge add to do this particular effect. And again, just thinking about where the light's going to land. And yes, I use a Huion RDS 220, links in the description below. But yeah, I hope you like the video, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe. And like I said, I'm happy to take requests. I've got quite a few to do, so you know, you have to be patient. But here's the finished article. Enjoy. Bye.